Hello. Today I'm going to talk about how working with this one shadow type totally transformed my business and led to an increase of revenues of a minimum of 40%. 40%. Yeah, you're right. That's a lot. So let's get started. The shadow type that we're going to work with is the wounded CEO. And this is the persona who struggles with certain aspects of the role as CEO. And this results in your wounded parts running your business instead of you being an empowered leader, taking control yourself. So in this video, I'm going to guide you through how to move from the wounded CEO to a fully empowered leader. Let's go. So how do you know that the wounded CEO is running your business? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. And the first is all about claiming the leadership position in your business. Do you feel powerful when someone calls you a CEO? Or do you shy away from claiming that title? Maybe you don't even acknowledge it. Maybe when people say stuff like this, you tend to belittle yourself. You say things like, I have a small business, or CEO sounds a bit too much for what I am. You're downplaying your role. This is the first sign of the wounded CEO showing up in your business. Let me go to the second sign of how the wounded CEO shows up in your business. And this has everything to do with making decisions and making decisions as soon as possible. If you do not always stand up for what you really want, you have like a hesitant attitude, you're always stuck in the limbo of, I don't know yet what to do here. You tend to linger, procrastinate when problems need to be solved. So when a problem pops up in your business, you tend to take a long time in order for you to decide how to solve that problem. And maybe your business also lacks direction. You have a vision, but you're not taking the actions to actually materialize that vision. You're basically stuck in I don't know what to do mode. And this is also a clear way of how the wounded CEO is running your business. And let me illustrate how this actually messed with my business last year. I'm the type of person that likes to solve problems quickly in general, but I don't like all things administration, rules, all things that have to do with terms and conditions, these areas of your business, administration. Yeah. So when there were problems, for example, my terms and conditions need to be updated, I would procrastinate. I would put it on my task list, but not do anything about it. And this would just linger and linger and linger for months and months and months. That didn't help me grow my business. Because when and if, and of course, I hope that never happens, but when and if I have like conflicts with a client or someone doesn't honor their contract, I need these things. So energetically, these things are very important for you to feel safe in your business. And I didn't feel safe in mine. And instead of solving that, so I noticed that I wasn't doing this. I noticed that I wasn't feeling safe. But the part in me, the wounded part that just was like, I don't want to look at it, took over. And this year, I actually hired people who helped me do that. And as a result, everything is just so much more professional and my business feels so much stronger. And as a result, I can focus more on the things that I need to do to grow my business. And that has led to that increase. So getting back to number 3 of how the wounded CEO shows up in your business. You're not getting the support you need from the people you hire. And that could be your team, but also mentors and coaches. And you don't address your unmet needs. Or maybe you do address them, but in a very immature way. So, for example, you say things to your team like, yeah, I'm actually not that happy with you right now. Maybe we should just leave it for now. I don't want to work with you anymore. And the team member thinks, she hasn't said anything in the last months. Where is this coming from? Or you hired a mentor, you paid a lot of money, but you're not getting what you actually need to move the needle in your business. How do you address these things? If you start resenting them, for example, that's also a clear sign that the wounded CEO is playing up, because a mature, neutral person can just say, okay, I hired you for this, this, and this. My needs are not being met. How can we fix that? So this is the third way of you not really being comfortable in your leadership, in your management role, and not being able to give the people that you hire directions, saying what you need. Then there's the fourth way that it shows up, and that is accounting. And you could say things like, it's not my thing, I never have a solid overview in my business, blah, 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 blah. If you do that a lot, then that's also a sign that you have a wounded CEO in you, because as the CEO, you should always have a proper overview in your business, right? So why aren't you? And all these things can be solved by looking at the shadows that are playing a role here. And that's what I did last year. I looked at these things and I was really honest with myself. How are they affecting my business? How are they affecting my sales, my positioning, my customer service? And I saw that the impact was actually pretty big. And that's when you get to decide. Am I going to change this, or am I just going to leave it as it is? And what actions am I going to take? For me, this really made the difference. I've been communicating in a totally different way with my team. I've been more mature with my finances. I've solved things like terms and conditions. Is it perfect yet? No. I will never say that I solved all the wounded parts in my business, but I sure as hell made it a lot better. And as a result, my business could grow. I could focus on the right things. And that's why I grew almost 40% in revenue, and we're still growing. Is this something that you would like to do as well? Right now, at the end of 2023, while I'm recording this, I'm running a shadow work challenge, Illuminating Your Shadow Challenge. And this is part of that challenge. We will really look at the wounded CEO. I have a checklist where you can see which parts are mostly affecting your business. And I will teach on how to overcome this. The link is in the bio. Let's go. For more on growing your business to 10K months and beyond, please subscribe to my channel.